When we get binoculars, let's zoom and put focus on a country in the heart of West Africa. This country we are looking at is no longer just a country, as it is now making headlines day by day, most especially politically and economically, all being done by a young man who obtained power in what was seen as unnecessary military coup by ECOWAS. In Burkina Faso, we are progressively observing the reincarnation of what the young generation is learning is history of former Pan-African leaders, in this case, Thomas Sankara, who stood tall against former colonialists, in this case, France, which was being looked at as a parasite, taking and not giving back. Ever since obtaining power in late 2022, Captain Ibrahim Traore is increasingly doing a number of amazing things, which not only being looked at positively by people of Burkina Faso but Africa and the world at large. Immediately after assuming power, Captain Ibrahim Traore looked at the heart of the problems Burkina Faso was facing. He already knew that France and the Western powers had been the focal point of problems Burkina Faso had been with, as he observed them as practitioners of neo-colonialism, a serious issue causing exploitation among a number of African countries. Chasing away France from a countries had been a major highlight of seeing new countries which had seriously been suffering both politically and economically. After parting ways with the West, Ibrahim Traore already had alternatives, and these were none other than Russia. Having Russia as a major ally, Ibrahim Traore is seen doing a number of improvements, most especially security. The National Armed Forces of Burkina Faso recently received a significant amount of military equipment in a delivery event attended by Captain Ibrahim Troure, including armored combat vehicles that are resistant to improvised explosive devices, weapons, munitions, excavators, and trucks. These deliveries from China are a massive achievement. Captain Ibrahim Traore is adding to the military forces of Burkina Faso in a serious fight against terrorist groups which are disrupting peace in the country. As insecurity is a major issue, Captain Ibrahim Traore isn't relaxed. A number of military operations have been done in order to eliminate terrorist groups from a number of areas, most especially in the Sahel region. The military forces are going through a series of transformation for better and improved performance against mostly terrorism. Reforms have been made, such as a merging of the National Police Mobile Intervention Units with the National Gendarmerie Rapid Action Groups, plus recruitment of over 90,000 volunteers who are willing to serve and ensure peace in Burkina Faso. Thanks for being with us till now. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and even if you wish, you can thank the channel through the Super Thanks button, because a lot of effort finances are put in these videos. So if not bothered, you can donate any coin you have from the Super Thanks next to the subscribe button. Now getting back to Captain Ibrahim Traore. Leaving military aside, President Ibrahim Traore has done a number of significant achievements in a number of sectors, such as agriculture and construction projects being put in place in Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso's President, Ibrahim Troure, laid the foundation stone for a national gold refinery on November 23, 2023, with an annual refining capacity of 150 tons. The facility, whose total cost has not been disclosed, the project is developed in partnership with Marina Gold, a local company. This bold move is looked at the one which generate more income and also create more local job opportunities, as there will be no need of exporting or for refining. Through improving electricity access in Burkina Faso, Captain Ibrahim Traore has alternatives of nuclear energy as a new source of electricity through nuclear energy electricity generation agreements he signed with Russia. President Ibrahim Traore is seriously concerned about agriculture through a number of contributions he making towards the agricultural sector of Burkina Faso. through providing massive land for more, especially students whom he thinks need to be involved in farming, is a great step, plus a number of agricultural equipment he has provided. This contribution, worth over 78 billion CFA francs, aims to promote food self-sufficiency and enhance the agro-pastoral and fisheries sectors. His initiative is part of the government's broader effort to support local producers and drive agriculture. Captain Ibrahim Traore emphasized the substantial increase in support for agro-pastoral producers. Captain Ibrahim Traore is heavily being supported by the locals, as they look at him as their future and the one to solve a number of challenges and problems they have been facing. The captain has managed to silence the ECOWAS, which had looked at him as just a military junta who violated rules and obtained power illegally, to a leader of hope. The ECOWAS is slowly seeing no need of fighting a person who is being backed by his people. Senegal, Ghana, among other ECOWAS members, have already started to feel Captain Ibrahim Traore through the visits they have paid to Burkina Faso, in order to try to look forward in settling the disputes Burkina Faso has with ECOWAS. The West is now starting to lose its influence in Africa to Russia and China due to their failure of seeing Africa as a continent to work with, but rather exploit its minerals without securing peace on the continent. The West thought they could use ECOWAS in order to overthrow these three coup leaders, but they showed their resilience by not showing any signs of stepping down, but rather focus on coming up with new improved countries. These young leaders are making Africans to start believing that what leaders such as Thomas Sankara, Colonel Muammar Gaddafi left unfinished is soon to be accomplished. Please don't forget to support the channel because it needs financial assistance by tapping thanks button on your app. Also by subscribing, liking, commenting, the channel becomes strong.